Like I pointed out before, you can simply open your project, the existing folder of your project. You select the folder you want to write your code in. In my own case, I have Tekra tutorials. Then you click on new file. You write the name of the file. In our case, we'll be writing practice.html. The extension must be HTML, and you will see the symbol. If you are using VS Code, if we change it to XML, you will see that it's no longer the symbol of HTML5, but it must be HTML. So we will generate the basic syntax of HTML. As you can see, we auto generate it. This is the basic syntax of HTML. Every of your HTML code must contain that. Now let's break it down. So the first line of code, we have the doc type HTML, we have HTML tag, and then we have the head section. Then we have the title of the web page, which specify the title. In our case, we just write my first website. So the next section of the website will be the body parts, which comprises of whatever will be displayed or rendered in our browser. So the body section of your website or your HTML comprises it. So we'll write paragraph here, which is, this is my first website. If you come and refresh or open the web page you have created, you will see that it's rendered. This is my first website. You can see it. So the body parts, which is here, yeah, is what is rendered in our web page. You can also preview it in your VS Code here. It's also like the browser. So we'll write a border, a title with the H tag, the H1 tag, and see how bold it is on the website too. So all you just need to do is to write your code on the VS Code, refresh it on the browser, and the result gets displayed. Okay, so we will explain each of these tags one by one so that you can see it. You can save it by Ctrl S, or you click on file and then you click on the save button on the file menu. So with that, your web page is complete. This is the basic syntax of HTML, starting from doctor HTML, and the HTML tag, then the head section, which contains the title, and then the title of the website is what gets displayed on the page as the title of this web page. Then we have the body tag, which comprises of whatever you want to be rendered on the website. Then we finally close the HTML tag. So in our in few seconds, we will start explaining each of these tags here and what they represent and what rules we use to write our HTML5 tags and make the website to render as it's supposed to be. Okay, like I explained previously in our last video, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And what we have here is what we have as the basic syntax of HTML. So the first tag is basically the doc type. The doc type is a declaration that defines that this document is a HTML5 document. And then the second tag, we have the element roots of the HTML page. Then we have the head section. The head section is what contains the meta information about the HTML page. So the head section can contain things like the title, if you have an external style like or internal style, the CSS, which the cascading style sheets, we can add them to the head section. But for now, the basic syntax only have the title, the title tag. So we have only the title tags in the head section. So the next section, we have the body section. The body section is what defines the document's body, and it is like a container for all visible content such as headings, paragraphs, images, tables, links, lists, and many others. So inside this, our body part is basically what gets rendered on our web page. When you write your website, the part that gets rendered is the body part. So it's the body part of the page. So just this one we have here. The only one that gets rendered is basically the paragraphs page, which is welcome to my website here. So you will see this as the visible content of your web page when you save this syntax and you load it in your browser. So it gets displayed as welcome to my website. So if you notice very well, each of our tags here, we have a tag, a HTML tag is represented with the less than sign and the greater than sign. And then you specify the name of the tag in, let's say, tag name here. So if you have a tag name here, in our case here, we have the HTML, the tag HTML here, we have the tag head here. And if you notice very well, we have two types of tags that are used here. We have the head, the opening tag and the closing tag. Basically, the opening tag is written, or the start tag is written with less than sign, the tag name, and then the greater than sign. So if we want to write a closing tag, we must have the less than tag, then /, then the tag name, which appears like this. So in a situation where you open a tag, like we open tag name here, you must close it. You must close it. So now we can call this our content here, we call this a complete tag. It has an opening tag or the starting tag and a closing tag here. So if we'll call this subtitle as tags. So HTML tags, I'm like HTML tags. So what HTML tags help us to do is it defines our code syntax in HTML. So we have basically the opening tag and the closing tag, or the start tag and the end tag. So now what is an element? An element is basically whatever. If we have a content, let's say we have a tag called paragraph. Let me use this small letter. Doesn't matter anyway, but small letter, we use it. So if we have my paragraph, if you have my paragraph here, right? The whole block that we have here, starting from the opening tag, the content of the tag, and the closing tag or the end tag, the starting tag, the content of the tag, and the end tag. This is what is called the element, right? This is what forms the complete element. Everything that starts from the start tag to the end tag, the block of code in HTML is what we call the end tag. Sorry, the element. So you start your tag, you put your contents in the web page, then you end your tag. Remember that for every tag that you open, you must have a corresponding closing tag for it. As we go on with our subsequent classes, you will see that we'll be using most of these tags, and you will see that whatever tag we open, we'll close it. That is why we have the HTML tag here. We have the closing, we have the start HTML tag here, then we have the closing or the end HTML tag here. And since this comprises of whatever we are going to do entirely in our web page, it encloses everything, both the head section and the body section of our website. So, and you can see here too, if we open the head section of our website, we have the corresponding closing section of our website here. If you look at this one too, we have the title tag here. We have the closing title tag here. The title tag, like I explained earlier, will add a title to our website. It will basically add a title to our website. In our case here, we have my first website. Okay, so and we see that we started the title tag by the less than sign, and we put the title name, and then the greater than sign. And then at the end of our title, the end of our title content, we have the closing title tag here. So this is how HTML tags are written. Yeah. So subsequently we'll be using some of these tags to work, like the paragraph tag. We'll be using them most of the time. We see how they function, using the opening tag, the closing tag, putting contents in it, and closing the tags. Section by section, we'll be dealing with everything you have seen here, getting them to use and see how they function on a live web application or a live website. If you have any question, you can always drop it in the comment box. I will be checking them so that I can respond to your question. Meanwhile, if you are confused, be following up. Maybe in subsequent classes, you will get the full concept of how tags work and how you get to use them in your own private work too. If you have the basic syntax of your HTML page to be like this, let's assume the title of this our web page is my first website. So if we save this, so like I explained also previously, even inside your head, you can have as much metadata inside your heading tag, inside your heading section as we explained. We added title, then we have other extra ones here for viewport and for UTF-8. So this one specify which character this website is rendered. We will explain that maybe in the future, and then we have the viewport, which specify the device width and initial scale of your web page. We have the I also explained that when we are writing code, the contents that get rendered on your web page is added in the body section of the code. So, and you can have as many tags as you wish. You can have the paragraph tag, hello world, hello world. So, you can have as many. You can have the anchor tag. Let's say H1. This is H1 tag. Can H2. This is H2 tag. H3. This is H2 tag. Then can see that from what we have done, we have H5, this is H5 tag. So you can see the heading tags. You can see these are the heading tags. We have H6, this is H6. So you see, this is how our website, this is how tags are written. And the next topic we should be looking at is attribute. So an attribute, what's an attribute? An attribute is just a concept in HTML that provide additional information about elements. The next concept in HTML we want to talk about after tags is the attribute. An attribute is a concept in HTML that provides additional information to a tag. For instance, if we have the paragraph tag here, and we put the paragraph to be my new paragraph. This simply defines a paragraph with the text. But if we want to provide an additional information to this paragraph, we can specify an attribute for the paragraph and then supply the additional information we want to pass to this paragraph. Let's say we want to use the style attributes and say the color of this paragraph should be red. It automatically become red, as you can see. And if we want to specify, let's say, a class attribute, and we have a CSS class somewhere, can just say, we can specify it here, my paragraph. So what the attribute does is it provides or supplies our tags with additional information. So, and there are different types of attributes. I just supplied to for the style attributes, the class attributes. If you have an image in your website and you want to load it, for instance, let's say I have the image tag and the image tag img. So then the source, the source attribute tells us which directory the image points to. When we supply the directory here and the name of the image dot the extension, the image gets to load on our web page automatically. So if we have this image tag and we have an image called tegra.html here, I can just simply call it here tegra.jpg. So if it's not loading on the web page, if I come back to our website here on the browser and refresh it, you can see that the image gets loaded here. I can specify more attributes to this image tag, like the width of this image to be 100 pixels. If I refresh it, the image will reduce in size accordingly. So this is how images can also be used in our web page. We'll get to this later, but to explain how attributes work, that is why we are using this for now. So just understand that an attribute provides more information for a web page. If we did not specify the attribute for this image, it will not get displayed. And if we did not specify the width of the image as part of the attribute to this image tag, the width will not be displayed and the image will remain too big, which covers the entire page, and it might not be exactly what we want. So you can see attributes are very important. They provide additional information to our web page. And also, we have been able to successfully explain the various types of headings ranging from the H1 to H6. They are just defined with the H1 tags down to the H6 tags. So one of the importance of the heading tags, search engines actually helps to identify the headings of your website. When you use this, it's possible that you can have the paragraph tag and increase the size of this text to look like a heading tag. But the search engine will always look for the heading tag of your website to know what is the heading of that particular page. So it is important that when you are building your website, you know how to use these heading tags to communicate where your headings are. We have the paragraph tags, which start a new line, just like the heading tags. So they start a new lines and they form block lines of code. For instance, we have if we have a paragraph here, right? Let me delete this. We don't need it for now. So we have hello world. If I come down, you see that each of this hello world is starting on its own line, right? So that forms a block form of code. If you have some tags that forms inline, like the span tag hello world, if I continue to duplicate this hello world, you will see that it's going to be on the same line, but the paragraph tags have a block form of code, while the span, this one have an inline display. So now that is just how it is. So we also have some example of tags that have block form of display. We have the horizontal, the horizontal line, which draws this line that we have here. So if I duplicate as many that we want, they will not be, they will not display inline, but rather they will display block. Each line of this HR will definitely be on a separate line on its own. So when we talk about tags, there are many, there are hundreds of tags, but you cannot use all of it in one page, in one web page. So you just identify which one you want to use to build your particular page. And so that is how it works. But we have a special tag that even if we use a span tag that is an inline form of tag, you can still use it to make it break to the next line. So that's, we have the break, the BR tag. So it helps to break a text. Even inside the paragraph tag here, if we have hello world and we want this to be in a paragraph, but we don't want hello world to be on the same line, we can come and separate this text by with BR. So hello will be on one end, on one line, while the word will be on the other line. So HTML basically helps us, just as we said, to give the skeleton of how we want our website to look. So understanding tags and which one you want to use will give us a better stand on building our website. So there are so many tags, we'll just be randomly looking at them and see how they work. We have a tag for formatting, for display formatted text. So if we have we here, and then we have a text like, hello, my name is Moses. You can see it appears exactly the way I wrote it with the space. So what this does is that it the pre-format, or the this formatted text tag helps to format the text the way you have actually written it. If you give one space, the double space here, it does the same here. So what's the difference between this and paragraph? See that paragraph here, right? If I come here and I write, hello, my name is Moses. As you can see, the paragraph tags does not recognize that these names are on separate lines and should be treated as such. But this particular tag treats your text exactly the way you are written it. So you can, if you want the way you have used your keyboard strokes to write your code, if you want it to appear the same way, you can use this tag and it will appear exactly the way you want. So we have talked about let me delete all this. We have talked about attribute before, but one important attribute we should always remember to always use is the style attributes, right? So the style attributes, let's say, mm, so we have the style attributes here, right? So the style attributes is done with this. The style attributes help us to style our web page within the context of HTML. This is also called inline CSS. But in subsequent classes where we'll be talking about CSS, we will look at how this works and how this is part of CSS also. So but when you have the style attributes, when you add it to your HTML tag, right? So this is how it is added. Then you write the property and the value. For instance, if I want this my text to have a background, right? I can just basically come and see background color green. So you can see that it forms green automatically, right? So I can add color to be white. and the color will become white. I can add the space and break this text down so that you can see it. Okay, so if I want to add padding to it, I can do that. You see, it will come out the way you want exactly. But for the purpose of this particular lesson, we will not be going deep into styling with the style attributes. But understand that the style attributes can help you to beautify your content. Is a form of an inline CSS. We'll do more of this styling when we get to CSS as a topic on its own. There are many more you can do with this, including increasing the font size of this, changing the font family or the font face, changing the color just as you have done, changing the background color, and adding some special attributes to it. We have other tags like the bold tag. These are parts of text formatting. If we have a paragraph here and we say this is a text formatting paragraph. So if we want to format only this, only the text keyword, only the text word to become bold, you can just simply come and open the B tag on it. Okay, I'll not take it here. It automatically becomes bold. Let's check it on the browser. If we come here and we refresh it, we see this is text formatting paragraph. But because we only added the bold to the text, it becomes bold and we left the other ones on bold. So that is how it works. Whatever text you want you want to effect, you wrap the text with the tag, the specific tag you want to effect changes with. For example, I want this paragraph to be italic, so I'll come and wrap the paragraph text with the italics tag. So I'll close I. The I stand for italics. If we refresh this, we see that it automatically change the paragraph to italics. So let's underline this to have you. Sorry, my tags are auto closing, so this is how it is. You open the U tag, we put the text we want, then we close the U tag. We open the B tag here, we put the text we want, then we close the B tag. And then we did same for italics too, and it is able to give us this underline, the bold text, and the italics paragraph that we have here. So when you are dealing with text formatting, this is what we do, right? So there are many other text formatting, there are many other text formatting tags, including strong. We have strong, we have hello world. So the strong is also like bold. We have the emphasize tag, which will emphasize. Text. We have the emphasized text. We also have the superscript, which is sub. Then if we have a text, let's say in the paragraph we have we're writing some chemical formula, and let's say this is H2O. But we want to make this, we want to make two a subscript. We can come here and use the sub tag and just put two in the middle of it. Sorry, two in the middle. You can see this is H2. So if we want to use the sub, the superscript now, superscript is like let's say we have 2 times 10 raised to the power 2. So this instead of sub here, we can come and use the sub. So it automatically become the superscript of 2 times 10 raised to power, the superscript will be appended to the 10 and it become the superscript of it. So this is how we use text formatting. There are several things. You cannot use all these features in just one page, but understanding which which one you want to use and at what point you want to use it is what makes you an experienced developer. So try to practice with them, master the tags. If you have any question about them, you can always drop your question or comment in the comment box. And that will be it for today on our tutorial on HTML. In our next class, we'll be looking at how to use other advanced HTML tags like the table tags, the anchor tags, how to do lists, the ordered and the unordered list, how to use them, understanding them, how they function in our web, and what they are used for, what they stand for. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, share the video link to your friends so that they don't get to miss out of the tutorial. Thank you.